To me, there are four kinds of people. There are people who know nothing about politics and they just don't care, which is cool. Or there's people who just don't like talking about politics. Again, that's cool. And then there's people who love politics and talk everything politics. And then there's the fourth kind of people who are afraid to talk about politics. They either know a little or know a lot about politics, but they're afraid to talk about it. That's what this video is about. Hey guys, welcome to another video. Welcome to almost a piece, like a PSA. This is a video about expressing yourself, and a video that I am promoting about free speech and about expressing your opinions politically, mostly, even other things, whatever's on your mind and stuff. Whether it's as long as you're not deliberately attending to offend people. If what you say offends people, but it's something they truly believe, it's very hard and it's very fickle to talk about that. But it's hard not to see both sides, because sometimes people get just offended for no reasons, but sometimes people believe in very strong things, and if that's what they believe in, it's very hard to convince them otherwise. So you kind of just have to listen to what they have to say and just whether agree or disagree with them. So I'm full encouragement of people expressing themselves and saying what they believe. And this is not about a political side. This is not about me promoting a political side, because I don't really have a clear political side. I've even done videos about that I don't lean left or right. I don't lean Democrat, Republican, conservative, or liberal. Mostly depends on who's running and what their policies are. I give every candidate a chance when they're running for president or prime minister. Mostly, I can only vote for Canada, but I do pay attention a lot to American politics, but it depends on who's running. I listen to their policies, I listen to them debate, and I don't listen to the media, because the media mostly pushes one side, certain media outlets, but most media outlets push a certain side. Sometimes they have every right to, sometimes they're dead wrong, but I form my own opinions. I don't listen to other people's opinions, because that's what makes it my opinions. I'm not copying off anyone else's opinions. And when people cite things and when people call people out on things, I love for them to cite their sources and look into it, especially when stories come out. I always triple check of what they're talking about is, accurate and not false and shit. Because there's a lot of times the media pushes a lot of bullshit out there. And I'm not saying it's all bullshit. I'm not saying that. I'm not one of those people like everything's fake news and stuff. No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the media can push a lot of BS out. And you got to kind of watch of what they're saying. And we live in a world of very strong censorship. And we live in a world who doesn't like free speech. If you do not go with the flowing narrative, you're deemed these bad, awful names. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Whether I agree with someone's opinion or not, I will never shut them up and let them not express themselves. I was never raised like that. I want to hear people's opinions. I want to hear what they believe in. I don't care if I agree with it or not. I want to hear what they have to say. If someone is a conservative and if they want to say something and criticize something the Democrats are doing, they have every right to do that. Vice versa. If a liberal sees something a Republican is doing and they don't agree with it, call them out on it. Like, they have every right to criticize their leaders. You have every right to criticize Trump when he was president, and you have every right to criticize Joe Biden that he's a leader. That's what makes a democracy. You don't have to lean a certain way because people tell you to lean that way. You don't have to be scared to say your political belief because you're afraid people are going to hate you. If people hate you for that reason, you shouldn't associate with people like that then. If people hate you specifically on your political belief, then those people are assholes. If people hate you because you believe in something really fucking nuts. This is going beyond politics. This is just something insane. Like, okay, I got that. Yeah, okay. This is beyond logic and beyond politics. This is just disturbing or something just really awful. But like, if someone just judges you just because you lean a certain way politically, that's wrong. It's not right, and they shouldn't shut you up for it or censor you for it. And I know a lot of platforms are doing that. I know even YouTube itself is censoring a lot of people, which is wrong. They shouldn't censor people, and people shouldn't be scared to express themselves and how they feel politically. If they feel something politically, they shouldn't be afraid to express themselves. If you want to wear a shirt saying that you're a Democrat and you're proud of it, wear that shirt. Be proud of it. You want to say a shirt where you're Republican and you're conservative and you're proud of it, wear it. It's your right. You shouldn't be afraid to tell someone who you voted for, like, because you're afraid someone's going to hate you. However, you don't have to tell people. Like, that's not people's business. Like, that's your business. But you should do it just because, like, it's not your business, but you shouldn't be afraid to tell people. Like, I think that's strongly but we live in a world that everyone's afraid. We live in a cancer. Sorry about that. Cancel culture. It's more like cancer culture. Yeah, we live in cancel culture. Everyone's canceled for expressing themselves and shit like that, which is stupid. So yeah, I don't want to get into rambling and like I don't want to repeat myself constantly and all that shit. Like I feel like I do that a lot when I'm talking about very important subjects. I repeat myself a lot, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to bore people. The message I'm trying to get across in this video is for people to not be afraid to express themselves and say what they believe in. Like, if you're religious, don't be afraid to say that you're religious. I'm not saying pressure people to be religious too. You don't have to judge people if they're not religious either. But like, if you're religious, say you're religious. You want to wear a cross, wear a cross. If you're not religious, you're not religious. It's okay. If you're a Democrat, it's okay. If you're a Republican, it's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's the point of a democracy. That's the point of people and stuff. And don't ever be afraid to talk about your political views. I know it's scary because people are very judgmental now. We live in a world where people are very judgmental and people are getting attacked constantly, and everyone's getting canceled. And I know when you lean on a certain side politically, they call you these awful names and they shouldn't. But you shouldn't be afraid. You should stand by what you believe in and don't listen to the haters. If someone hates you because you're Democrat, fuck them. If someone hates you because you're Republican, fuck them too. I believe in both sides, and I believe both sides have a lot of good in them. And I stand by that. You don't agree with me, then whatever. So that's just my little PSA for you guys. Express yourself. We still live in a free world. I believe in free speech. And don't be afraid to talk. If you don't want to talk politics, then that's fine. Like I understand that. I understand that, but don't be afraid to, because you're afraid to be judged. Because if everyone's scared to talk about politics, then we won't live in democracy anymore. And that's not right. We have to express ourselves. It's healthier too. So maybe one day both sides can coincide together and live peacefully together and talk rationally. It'll never happen probably, but is hoping. So give me your thoughts and opinions. What are your thoughts and opinions on people talking politics? Are you into it? Are you not into it? And do you believe people should be afraid? I don't think they should be. I'm here for you guys. Take care. Join the dark side.